listeners and spectators, so let's groove with the smooth operator. Just sound so smooth. Just sound so smooth.
Good people, we are back. The powers that be have tried to block you from hearing me and seeing me, but here we are once again. This is the Hour of Power with your host with the most, attorney at war, Stephen G. James. And I say attorney at war because look what happens. You know, we're dropping science, we're talking facts, and the powers that be have blocked our show, our program, but we're not going away. Zernan, thank you for coming back. And we're going to get all of our listeners back because they know that we are the Hour of Power. And I am the man of the hour. He who is too sweet to be sour. I will not be stopped. I cannot be topped. This is your Maine-made man with the master plan in the palm of my hand. Stephen G. James, your attorney at war. That's right, that 5-star general in the war for truth, justice, and equality. And I'm not going away. I'm not going to stop. Okay? So we're going to keep it rocking and bopping. All right? And as I was saying, this is the Hour of Power broadcast in over 178 countries around the world, heard in over 10 languages and all over the United States and North America, Canada included. And we have people checking in from everywhere, including right here. So thank you, good people. Who do we have with us? Oh, we have Jay Ortiz, Adriana Sanchez, Zernan Sims Evans. Thank you. We have Anna Rossiter out of Canada. Speaking of Canada, Anna, we were just talking about people on the check-in, so thank you, and many more. And we've been talking for the last hour and change about Brett Kavanaugh. We've been talking about Dr. Ford's testimony, Bill Cosby, some of the circumstances that led to his incarceration, also some of the money he paid out to his accuser, Andrea Constant. We've been talking about the Me Too movement in general and some of the issues surrounding and belying sexual predators and their victims, and some of the things that victims suffer through when they don't seek counseling, when they don't let it out, when they don't speak about it, when they're unable to confront their attacker, the perpetrator against them. The fact that these things occur within families, you know, it's usually family members who have access to young victims, young boys, young girls, but also teachers in the school system. It happens in the military. And when the victims of such a crime don't get to talk about it or they keep it in, that inward war that goes on when it's kept in is manifested in other ways. It may affect their personality. It may affect how they treat others. It may affect, you know, whether or not they become a sexual predator or an abuser of other people. It may not be sexually. They may be overly aggressive. They may be short-tempered. You know, they may be overly afraid, you know, overprotective of their children. I mean, it manifests itself in so many ways. It may be, if it's a woman and the attacker is a man, it may make her turn off to men. She may be afraid to be alone or around, you know, men, and vice versa. If it's a boy that's attacked by a man or a woman, it may cause that person to be afraid to be around that particular group. So, you know, it's very important to seek therapy, and it's very important to confront, according to therapists. I am no therapist, no professional in this area, but I've done my research and I've heard that it's very important to address the attacker. It's very, very important to confront that person who you feel has sexually aggressed you. And in the case of Brett Kavanaugh and Dr. Ford, I think it was very important for her to have her truth be told. And it wasn't circumstances that I'm sure she delighted in. I know she didn't wish to go before a Senate committee and have the whole world through CNN hear her story, but she had to confront her, you know, alleged attacker, and she did. And then he got up and he was very belligerent, very angry, very arrogant, and in many instances very obnoxious. And even if what she said is not true, putting all of that aside for a moment, did he display the temperament and the professionalism that you would want in a jurist sitting on the United States Supreme Court? Is this the guy you want? Even if you don't believe a word of his accusers, the fact of how he handles himself And he also told us that he was a sloppy, nasty drunk at the age of 17 and 18. What is he today? Did he talk about any treatment? Did he talk about, getting better, getting off that drug called alcohol? Because he apparently says that he was a regular, with alcohol when he was underage. So, just the information that Brett Kavanaugh confirmed about himself and his demeanor, does that leave you thinking that he has the temperament and the professionalism to be on the United States Supreme Court, the highest court in the country, making the final decision on many issues, particularly issues that concern women? Do you want this cat up there? Also, he currently sits on the U.S. Court of Appeals, the second highest court in the land. Should he even be there? So these are the issues we're talking about. Good people, we've been talking about them since 12 noon today. For those of you who joined us late, I wanted to give that little recap. But you know what? It's about you and me, not just about me. You and me make we. So please chime in. And I don't speak French. So when I say we, I'm talking W-E. I want to hear from Y-O-U. Talk to me. On the check-in, we have J.O.T's, Anna Rossida, as I said. J.O.T. says hello. Hello, Jay. Muhammad Haq, assalamu alaikum. How are you, my brother? Alhamdulillah, I hope all is well with you. Thank you for checking in. We have Grace Grell. Hi, Grace. J.O.T. says, no, I don't know. No to what? You have to make full sentences because by the time I reach a statement, it's a one-word statement that doesn't really fit what I'm talking about. So, I think you're saying no, that he is unfit. That's what you have to say. You have to give us a full sentence so I can know what you're referring to, because I don't necessarily see your response as I'm speaking, but I think you're saying no to the fitness of Kavanaugh based on what you saw of his testimony to sit on the highest court in the land as a jurist in the United States Supreme Court. Is that what you're saying no to, J. Ortiz? Talk to me. He breaks under pressure. He can't. How can he pass sound judgment? He didn't even come across as a sound mind. Okay, I thought I was reading you right. Yeah, I mean, one of the good things to come out of these hearings is that it gave the country and the world a chance to really look at this guy and to some degree analyze his temperament, his personality, his fitness. It's a little sunny in here, so I got to put on my cool sunshades. But his fitness to serve. Did he demonstrate a fitness and an ability to be rational and to be fair-minded and to be even-handed under pressure? JOTs and others say no. Did you believe him? Was he believable? Or do you believe her? Was she believable? Would she put herself through this, upset her own personal life? And as she said, she's had death threats. She's had to move twice. She has to have security around her home now, or security for her when she goes to and fro in her movements, her family as well. Is this all to perpetuate a lie and to get me to believe a lie? Did she do this to get me convinced that Kavanaugh is no good, but she's lying? Didn't take all of that. I could have just listened to him and knew that he was no good. So do you believe her, or do you believe she would put herself through all of this just to stop him from getting on the Supreme Court, which is what some of these Republican senators and Donald Trump want you to believe, that this is just all a big lie to stop him? Again, when we heard from him, I think a lot of people realized, aside from what she had to say, he sunk his own ship, just with his own temperament and his ways and his obnoxious belligerence. Okay, people? So we've been rocking and reeling for the last, hour and a half or so on the Hour of Power. And I definitely want to say thank you to all of you who tuned in. If there's no more opinions to be had and held, we will see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel, 12 noon on the Hour of Power. May God continue to both bless you and protect you. And we will speak again. God bless and amen. I'm out.